Welcome to Create Wealth Through Franchising. I'm your host, Kim Daly. Whether you're a CEO, a military vet, a real estate investor, or simply in career transition and ready to take ownership of your future, with each episode, you're going to learn valuable insights and hear inspiring stories from within the franchise industry. On that note, my guest stories are their own. And as a franchise consultant, I do not make personal brand endorsements or earnings claims, but I do educate, motivate, and inspire dreams. Now, on to the show. Welcome back to Kim Daly TV and Create Wealth Through Franchising podcast. I am your host, Kim Daly. My special guest with us here today, he's a friend of mine. His name is Wally Bressler. Wally is going to talk to us not about franchising, but something maybe more interesting to those out there who are on the sideline thinking, I'd really love to own my own business, but what about my health insurance? Wally is an expert in delivering health insurance to small business owners and entrepreneurs, and he's here to share his expertise with us today. Well, Wally, welcome to the studio of Kim Daly TV.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And I will refer to you as I always do, the Queen. Queenie, how are you? Good to see you. You are the queen of franchise consulting. I'm afraid to make eye contact with you. It's so nice to see you. Thank you. Good to see you.
You're hilarious.
I try to be.
And he does do that on LinkedIn. He makes me laugh every single time I see that he sees my post because he's always like the franchise queen.
The queen of franchise consulting. Where's your tiara? Okay.
I do have a tiara over there, actually.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
We digress.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So, Wally, let's tell the listeners of Kim Daly TV why they need to know you. I mean, I think everybody, as I said in the setup, so many people worry, especially if they're the primary breadwinner in their family and they're leaving their W-2 to pursue their dream to own a business. But then they're like, what's my family going to do for healthcare? I've heard that. I don't even know, so many times in 21 years. Mm-hmm. So set it up for us.
You know, the research says that over the last decade that the cost of healthcare has outpaced both inflation and increases in people's earning power. Okay, so it is single-handedly been the most expensive thing out there for the last decade. And, you know, it used to be that, you know, you get insurance and you could swing it, but it's gotten so expensive, not just for the premiums and the deductibles, but also because the average insurance company, ready for this, they deny somewhere between 17 and 25% of their claims just in an effort to get people to pay more so they can pay less. Because they got CEOs that are making 18 million, you know, they're paying off the pharmacy companies and stuff like that. So they've got to collect every dollar that they can. So between charging an exorbitant amount for your monthly premium, hitting you with a huge deductible, and then squeezing you on some of your claims, I mean, it's virtually impossible for some people to get insurance.
So many people. So what do they do? Tell us, walk us through basically how you offer health insurance to small business owners when, you know, and what kind of insurance benefits are they and what does it cost them and compared to what other options they have, which is what I have not through the marketplace, because that's a joke. If you make any decent money and even in your small business, you do not qualify for Obamacare.
Right.
But there are options out there. I mean, I've been self-employed for 26 years and I've maintained my health insurance all these years. So start at the beginning. Where does somebody find you and what are you going to do for them?
Great question. I want to answer your very first question was, what do people do? If you go to the marketplace, your level of denied claims goes from 17 to 21% to 80%.
I believe it. If you can even qualify for it. You have to be make less than $10,000 a year to qualify.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty scary. But if you do qualify, they're going to deny about 80% of the claims. There's always a give and take, right? So the company is called Impact Health Sharing. Basically, health sharing's been around for about 40 years. Okay, and it started in, I think, the Amish community and other Christian communities where people would pool their resources. And when somebody needed to go to the doctor or get health care, they would go ahead and pay for it. Now, people have heard of health sharing and they automatically turn their ears off. But here's the thing. Our programs works a lot more like insurance than those other programs for the main reason that most of those programs are reimbursement programs where you basically pay and they get reimbursed. And some of them, you know, Medishare is the biggest one. They don't even pay the full amount they say they're going to pay. So with us, it's not a reimbursement model. You showed me your health card earlier. You get a healthcare card, you bring it to your doctor. The doctor gets billed directly and it's out of your hands. Okay. Doctors are getting paid in about 21 days. We pay them 1% to 2% more. So they love it. And the good news is that it costs you $0 to make it available to your employees. Okay. So really, really cool.
Hey, Daly Coach fans, if you're loving this episode, please do me a quick favor and leave me a 5-star rating and a short review. Your feedback fuels my growth and rankings and shows others that this podcast is valuable. Now, back to the show. Okay, so for those listeners out there who are thinking about building a business with a team of people, and you're asking Kim Daly, where am I going to find good people? Well, when you up the ante, because you're able to say, well, if you come and work for me, I have a health insurance plan. Now you sound like a real employer, and you're going to attract a more stable person for your job. So I didn't want to gloss over that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it's a very good point. So this is not just for you, Mr. or Miss Franchisee listening, right? Who wants to own a business but needs healthcare because you have diabetes or you have a health condition and you're like, what am I going to do if I leave my W-2? I've heard that so many times.
Right.
But now let's trickle it down to you're the employer in the local community and in your job description, health insurance provided. Yep. Continue, Wally. Boom,
yes,
mic drop.
Mic drop. If we had a mic, we'd drop it. Then we couldn't talk. Yeah, and here's the thing, it doesn't cost anybody anything to make it available. So it's not like that, if they want to participate, they can. Plus, the great thing about the company is, the ACA says that if you have 50 people or more, you've got to offer a comprehensive medical plan. We're lobbying to be included in that, but right now, because it's health sharing and not technically a health insurance plan, even though it acts just like insurance, we can't do that. But for groups of people who are 50 or lower, the company will actually do all your billing and everything else for you and take care of it. So it's completely hands off. Okay, so pretty neat. The other thing I think, which is super important, is that a couple of differences. Number one, you can see any doctor you want, any doctor, anywhere. Okay. One of my business partners broke her foot here in Dallas and she wasn't getting any results. So she basically called the Dallas Cowboys, orthopedic surgeon, and he worked with
physician, yeah.
Yep. Pretty crazy, right? So you can use any doctor you want anywhere. There's no open enrollment. You can get in at the, right before the first of every month. So when you hire somebody, you can get them started, within a month of them, joining you. There's discounted meds and it offers, services for women. It offers mental health coverage, 50 chiropractic visits a year. And it's all done online. It's 100% cloud-based. It's all done online. So it's pretty amazing. Give you an example. I was with United. I was paying $940 a month just for myself. And I switched over and I went from $940 to $367 a month. I'm saving $100 a month on my meds. And so I'm saving $8,400 a year.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know anywhere where you can go and make changes in something and add $700 to your pocket every month.
That's a lot of cost savings. Oh my gosh.
It is a huge cost savings. Yeah. Yeah. So
now, can you be denied coverage like you could sometimes if you have a pre-existing condition?
So here's the thing. It's a little different because it's inclusive. Okay. So here's the deal. If you have a pre-existing condition that has been treated or that has been around for the last 36 months, it will not be covered. However, if you had something and it's not been treated or you haven't had a symptom in the last 36 months, it doesn't count. Number one. Okay. Number two, the list of pre-existing conditions is fairly short. With cancer, type 1 diabetes, things that are, heart issues and things like that. But if you have, type 2 diabetes, if you have high blood pressure, any medicines, that's really not going to disqualify you. So it's pretty cool. Okay. And the other thing is it's not based on how much money you make or your health condition. It's all based on your age. So hallelujah. So somebody like you. Yes. Yeah, for instance,
this plan.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And so for somebody like you, we talked about, you and I are in our 50s. I'm older than you, but the average 50-year-old person's for the most expensive monthly premium payment and a deductible be $288 a month. A $2,500 deductible, and then the company would pay $90.10 until you paid another $5,000, and then you wouldn't pay anything.
Wow, that's way better than the card I just showed you on mine. I know my deductibles, because I never, like I said to you, I see naturopathic doctors where we always pay cash. So I have that for like when I broke my leg and I had to go to the emergency room and I had to see the like all that. That's why I have catastrophic insurance. That's what I call it, right?
Yeah.
When you have to be at the emergency room, otherwise I'm not going. So I do the highest deductible so I can have the lowest payment because I know I'm not ever going to use it. But even with all of that, it's $340 a month and I'm totally healthy. Like I never go to the doctor. It's so stupid. It's such a waste of money. And until you get in a car accident or whatever, and then you need it.
Exactly. Yeah. But the great thing is the company actually goes and negotiates every bill. So they're going to negotiate every bill. And I just went to the doctor and they charged me $400 and something for my doctor's visit and the shot they gave me. And the company Impact went and negotiated it down to half of that. Okay, so I'm only paying $205 for a $400+ visit.
Yeah.
I've seen the woman that I was telling you about. She had an allergic reaction to something that she tried. She was in the hospital for 3 days. Her bill went from $16,000 to $2,350. And the only reason it was $2,350 is because she hadn't paid her deductible yet. So, it's going to take a while to chew into your deductible. Okay. So, if you're looking for something that's 100% comprehensive, 100% inclusive, and you want to make it available for your family, it's great because those deductibles are family deductibles. You know what I'm saying? The average family is probably going to pay, depending upon the age of the parents, somewhere between $600 and $680 a month. With the $2,500 deductible, that deductible is $2,500 for the whole family. That co-insurance, that co-share is 10% for the entire family. And everybody in the family gets one free well visit and $150 blood tests every year. So it's
wow.
incredible.
And imagine the people who are leaving, if you've been right-sized, we'll call it that today, from corporate America, right? So you're like, I got to stay on Cobra until they're going to kick me off. And, I hear
do what you want. We're freeing you.
I hear people say, $1,800 a month for my family, $2,300 a month on Cobra for health insurance. Like it's bleeding them dry at a time when they are dry because they just lost their income. So this is crazy. I love this. I hope everybody who's listening right now is going to find Wally. So Wally, on that note, where do people find you, or how do they sign up to get started and learn more about this?
So the easiest thing to do is you can go to healthcaresmallbusiness.com and you can fill out a little form there, or you can just email me directly, wally@healthcaresmallbusiness.com, or you can text me or call me at 214-334-1356, 214-334-1356, wally@healthcaresmallbusiness.com, or just healthcaresmallbusiness.com, one of those places. I want to throw in one little other gem here, which I think is a big deal. There is a revenue sharing component associated with this. So should somebody want to take advantage of this, they can actually go ahead and join as an independent business owner with what we do here. And they can get a commission between 3 and 20% for every person that has the healthcare through them every month. So every time somebody pays their bill, they would get a small little commission. And here's a great thing, 98.5% stick rate usually. So when somebody leaves, they usually keep it. So you can still make a little bit of extra revenue when people are out the door. So
that's awesome.
It's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? If you have a business and you want to be able to, like Kim said, attract even better people, you want to keep even better people, you need to offer them benefits. This is a zero-cost benefit to you to offer. And it's amazing.
Hey, Daly Coach fans, if you're ready to begin your own journey to find the perfect franchise, please email me right now at inquire@kimdaly.tv. My services are totally free for you. That's inquire@kimdaly.tv. Now, back to the show. So this is applicable. I mean, most of my listeners, as we discussed, are people who are on the sidelines or who are in the game, right? Who are people I've worked with or who are following me because they want business coaching and tips from Kim Daly on how to improve their franchise business. So there's that audience. And then there are franchisors who tune in. And so whether you're a franchisee or a franchisor, this is potentially applicable. And of course, it's going to trickle all the way down from Kim Daly, the first affiliate. So I just have to throw that out there.
Absolutely. The one and only, the queen bee. Now, think about this, though. For franchisors, it's the same thing. I'm looking at a couple different franchise opportunities. I have one where I can get health insurance for myself and for my family, and I can make it available to my employees versus another franchise that doesn't do that. It immediately makes your franchise opportunity more attractive.
Yep. And oftentimes the super large franchises will be able to offer a health insurance benefit, and then you can trickle that down to your employees, like the Molly Maids of the world, those big giant corporations. But those are not the vast majority of franchises that I work with on the more emerging or middle space, that are still kind of in that very fast growth phase. That's why they're using consultants. And so they're attracting people who this is going to be a very attractive opportunity to at least consider. Like all things in life, when we talk about the rollover for business startup, the ROBS program, where you use your 401k and people initially cringe and think there's got to be a catch, like just stay open. If this episode has intrigued you in any way, follow the email. We'll put it in the in the show notes, so you can go right there and click on it. You gave you his cell phone number. We'll put that in the show notes. So reach out to Wally. Ask your specific questions. Don't stay closed-minded and assume there's like a catch to everything that doesn't make it viable for you. Just stay open. Go with the flow and see, because what if this is a way for you to not use health insurance as a reason to not pursue your goal? Now, wait, on that moment, the Daly Coach has to stay, look, oftentimes people throw things out as an excuse to not pursue their dream. And look, I'm not judge and jury over here. I'm just pointing out that if you were hiding behind that, I have removed the veil. So now you're going to stay right here. But I'm just being a little bit facetious. But if you are out there and this is inspiring to you and you want to learn more, because health insurance is a real deal. We all need it. We can't live without it, sadly.
Unfortunately.
And he's got a great opportunity that can lower your costs, saving him thousands of dollars every year. It could save you thousands of dollars, and maybe even Kim Daly, because while I pay $340, you said $288. I think there's a little bit of savings there that I might enjoy.
Indeed.
You know what? One last thing. Do you have a dental and vision plan that comes with this, or you add on separate, or no, you'd still use it?
We don't have that, but Aflac has got a great dental and vision add-on for very, very little money, and certainly you can go to the marketplace for that too if you want to. But here's what we're saying to people. If the average family in the United States pays around $1,400 a month for their insurance. The average individual spends just under $500. But if I go from $1,400 to $600 and whatever a month, I've now freed up $800 a month. I can go and pay for my own dental and vision. You know what I'm saying? So and still have some money left over as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, my dental and vision plan is not expensive for both of them. It's maybe like an additional $50.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it's that much.
No, and
so
dental insurance.
Again, I'm not a high risk. I don't. Everything is like just 2 dental visits a year, and I think when I do the third one, I pay cash anyway. And then you see your eye doctor to get your contact lenses. That's it. But depending on your situation. But yeah, it's not. What I'm saying is it's not hard to get dental and vision. As a self-employed person, I've had that for 26 years, and it does not. The price of that is not crazy in any way, nor has it really changed. The one that changes every year, which makes me, it's like goes up $20-$25 a year, right? Is your health insurance premium. So Wally, I appreciate you coming on Kim Daly, knocking on my door and saying, please put me on your show. This was a no-brainer for me. As soon as you told me we could talk about health insurance, I thought, well, that's a show that I want to record all day long.
Thank you.
Because I know that this helps a lot of people out there, and I'm here to help you solve your problems. So anyway, Wally, thank you so much for being our special guest here today on Kim Daly TV.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So for those who are inspired, again, all the contact information will be in the show notes. And if this episode, along with any other episode, has inspired you to want to begin your journey to figure out what is the perfect franchise business to help you live the life that you're dreaming of, then you know that I want to be your daily coach. Please follow the email on the screen right now or reach directly out to inquire@kimdaly.tv. That's inquire@kimdaly.tv. And until next time, my name is Kim Daly, and I want to be your daily coach. You can find more content just like this on my YouTube channel at kimdaly.tv. And if you're inspired to take the next step to explore franchises matched to you, please email me right now at inquire@kimdaly.tv. That's inquire@kimdaly.tv.